Good morning, everyone. Happy New Year. Go ahead and grab some snacks and some coffee and come join us. We're going to go ahead and get started today.
But I can tell.
I'm super excited that all the kids are back and they're excited about learning. January is always a great month. A lot of learning happens there because we have all the routines down, so we can get right to the good stuff, right to the content of learning. I had invited, what's wrong with this? I had invited the Parks and Rec, but I don't see them. And so instead, I wanted to have our CalFresh representative come up. She's going to be here every Family Wednesday. If any family needs any kind of resources, please come and see her. We appreciate her being here to support our family. So please come on in and introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Linda Gonzalez. I'm an eligibility worker with the County of San Diego. I'm here for any information, or if you would like applications, or you just have any, and if you have specific case questions, you can just give me your information and I will look over your case and call you back. And it's basically for CalFresh, which is the food program, Medi-Cal, which is the insurance, and CalWorks, which is the cash aid program. So I'm able to help you with all three programs. I have applications with me. If you would like to fill them out or need help filling them out, then I can take them back. And I have information at the desk, at the table if you have any questions. Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it. We appreciate you being here each week. All right, so I have some attendance updates that I shared with the kids yesterday. Yesterday I did a discipline assembly with the little kids and then with the big kids, kind of resetting the tone, making sure everybody knows that what our Adams attitude is and why we believe in it and how we are expected to follow it. And then I also shared with them some attendance data. So, oops, can I ask you to move just a little bit because we're going to look at this bulletin board. So each month we are putting together this bulletin board of the different classes and their percentages of attendance. Now, as you go across the different months, September, October, November, and then December, what's a great news is that most of the classes are improving considerably over the course of the months. In first place, our highest ever this whole year at 65% is Miss Repair's first graders. Yeah, who's from Miss Repair's class? Thank you so much for keeping them in school every day. And let's just look at Miss Repair's data. They started at 38, went to 40, went to 45, and then a big jump to 65. So that's awesome. Second place is Mr. Shire's class, 4th and 5th grade. Who's here from Mr. Shire's class? Yeah. And they're at 60%. And look at their nice jump. They went from 30 to 40 to 50 to 60. Then in third place is Miss Montagna's class. Now check out Miss Montagna's class. September, they were first place. October, first place. November, second place, and December, third place. So every single month they have placed in the top 3, which is awesome and amazing. So we show this to the kids, and then we can also see the numbers on the bottom. We dropped a little bit. We had 68 kids come to the first perfect attendance extra recess. Then it went to 107, up to 120. December, a lot of us got hit with that cough and so forth. And it was down a little bit to 108. So now here's January, brand new month, brand new year, brand new resolution to be here every day on time. I've been telling the kids, I put it in the newsletter, I put it on our Facebook, that everybody kind of come together so that we can continue to increase our attendance. Now so that's kind of the good news. Here's the other news. Our schools are ranked according to attendance, and we get different data coming to us in this regard. I did this with the kids and said, okay, here's a number line. We all know what a number line is. We all know how to use that in our mathematics. So if you were in a contest, what's better? First place or last place? First place. That's why the ribbon is over here. There are 117 elementary schools in our district. It's a lot. Not middle school, not counting high school, just elementary schools. And ranked number 1 is E.B. Scripps up in Scripps Ranch. They're at like 98 point something percent in their attendance. All right, we are at 100. We are 100 out of 117. That is not good. And I told the kids, are we closer to first place or are we closer to last place? And they were able to see that's last place. So please, 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 and I know I'm preaching to the choir because I can look around and I know that your kids are ones that are always in attendance. We need to improve this. A couple of days, we had over 30 kids that were not at school. That's like more than a whole classroom of students. So please, every day counts. I know that if kids get sick, that's different. Of course, if your student has a fever or is not feeling well, call the nurse, call the office, and let us know. I even had to take my second day ever off from the whole time I've been at Adams because I got that nasty cough as well. So I get it. If we get sick, we need to stay home. But other than that, please have your child be at school. And then we were ranked with the 13 Hoover Cluster schools. That's all the schools in our neighborhood, including middle school and high school that can go to Hoover High. And of the 13, we're ranked number 10. So please, let's get that average up. Each month I'm going to show you this data and we're going to see how we can move that up. All right. PTCO met last night. We're going to work on our first session of clubs, February 8th through March 15th. We're going to have our kids cooking club, thanks to Tracy, who did a great job on that last year as well. We're going to have a theater club. We're going to have a Toastmasters club. We're going to have an archaeology club. These are things that we are working on. And we're going to charge this year just $5 for a club so that it can help defray the cost of some of the materials that we need for the different clubs. So the sign-ups will be in a couple of weeks. You will get a flyer that goes home. These will be on Wednesday afternoons. So the flyer will tell you the times and so forth of all the clubs. We also have our robotics club, but that'll be a little bit separate than this. That'll be for 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade, and that's going to meet on Tuesday afternoons. So we have a lot of fun things going on for our kids. January 20th is our movie night. 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade are going to be voting to decide which movie we should show. So you'll get a flyer when that decision is made on January 11th. That's when the vote will be. But we want you to put this on your calendar. The movie will be free, and we will have lots of food for purchase. And then we want to kind of even go into February, kind of start thinking about this. This is a great deal. Parents' night out. You can drop off your children, and for $10 a child or $20 for a family of 2 to 4, we'll feed them dinner. We're going to play games. I have kids from the high school coming over to help us organize that. And last time we ended up showing a little movie at the end as well. So if you are interested in having a little date night or having just time to yourself, one of the moms was so cute. Last year she said, I'm just going home and doing laundry all by myself. So whatever will help you feel like you get a little rejuvenation and will raise a little money for our school, please put that date on your calendar as well. No school on January 16th. That's Martin Luther King Day, so make sure you know that. And I'm super excited to introduce you to Melanie Rick. She has been working with our teachers and our students with some strategies called Acting Right. I've spoken to you a little bit about this, but we thought it would be great for you to experience it yourself. Today, after Family Wednesday, we're actually going to go into some classrooms and do some more continuing demonstration lessons on some more sophisticated techniques. She's going to take you through some of the beginning ones that all of the kids know, and the purpose of this is to help kids to know how to be in control of their bodies, to have that concentration and focus that they need to concentrate for learning, to use their imagination, to work with one another cooperatively, Okay, and so all of those components are put together in a strategy that they call, what we call, like signing the contract. Like you're getting your mind, your body, your thoughts ready for some great learning. We've also taken the kids through an art technique, because this is really an integrated arts technique, because it incorporates music as well as movement. And something called tableau, which is a theater term when the audience freezes. Kind of like what's the challenge called? The Mannequin Challenge, right. It's the original Mannequin Challenge. So kids are working cooperatively, and they're demonstrating some concept, some content area with their body, in cooperation with their peers. And so it's fun, but it takes some work. And our teachers have been working really hard to teach the techniques that Melanie has demonstrated to them. So we've had 3 demo classrooms. We've been in Miss Repair's class in 1st grade, we've been in Miss Shirley's class in 3rd grade, and we've been in Mr. Flynn's class in 5th grade. And what we've done is release the teachers from those grade levels to observe those demonstration lessons. And then they go back to their classrooms so they can take it on with their own students. So I would just love for you to give a warm welcome to Melanie Rick.
And thanks for making the time to come to Adams this morning to learn a little bit more about how your children are learning in classrooms here. So I'm excited to have the opportunity to work here. I have been in the San Diego for about 3 years. I'm a National Arts and Education Consultant. I moved here from DC, where I worked and lived for 13 years in South Carolina prior to that. So I'm glad to be in my own community and working here with you. So I've always worked in schools when I was a classroom teacher that were arts schools. And when we are working in the arts, we have the ability to really help children become passionate about their own learning, to take risks, to be reflective in their learning, to collaborate, to be creative and engaged. Because we all know that we want students to love learning. We want students to come to school, have great attendance, because they don't want to miss out on the type of learning that's happening in the school when they're not there. And if we think about traditional education, students often are learning just by listening. So we're depending on them sitting passively and just listening to information. What we now know is that's really not so effective. And that's one of the main reasons why students are often not engaged, not passionate, not so excited about learning. So I've been working with the staff to really help them be even more effective in making learning more visual and more kinesthetic. So we want to learn by seeing, we want to learn by hearing, we want to learn by doing, by putting in our bodies. And by thinking of all of these 3 ways of learning and creating a classroom environment where bodies are calm, our minds are focused, and our emotions are balanced. Brain research says that a child's brain cannot learn new information until they are calm, focused, and balanced. So, what I'm going to share with you today is one of 4 strategies that the teachers have been doing with the students. The first one's titled Actor's Toolbox. So our ultimate goal is the 4th one, and it says 1-minute challenges. 1-minute challenges really are just a challenge for students to construct and demonstrate their understandings using their body. The mannequin challenge. So instead of it just being a fun mannequin challenge, they're constructing and demonstrating their understanding of science kinesthetically with their bodies, of social studies. They're not just reading a book, they're actually becoming part of the book and showing the characters, they're showing the problems, showing the events with their bodies. So in order to get to that, we first have to learn what are the actors' tools that we bring to school with us every single day. So that's why I'm starting with number 1, which is the toolbox, knowing that ultimately we're going to use all of these tools in a 1-minute challenge. So what I'm going to do with you is just have you participate just as if you were students yourselves. So I'm going to talk to you for about 15 minutes. just so you can hear exactly what all of the students have heard here at Adams.